Let's get started with day 1, Advent of Code 2024. Very exciting. I love to do these coding challenges every year. I've started, last year, 2023. And since then, and also I completed 2022 for learning a new language. And it's really just a great place to challenge yourself and have a good reason to work on some coding problems and to see how others, engage with the same problem. Because a lot of developers around the world are working on this and are having a lot of fun just coming up with crazy solutions for the same problem. So let's get right into it. We are helping Santa to make Christmas work, basically. And how it works is quite simple. You get like a challenge each day, and every time you complete one challenge, you get 1 star. Each puzzle grants 1 star, and you have 2 challenges per day, and those challenges build up on each other. So challenge 1 enables you later to solve challenge 2. So let's go and check out what we have here. So this seems to be the intro. Here we go. So, you haven't even left yet, and the group of Elvish senior historians has already hit a problem. Their list of locations to check is currently empty. Eventually, someone decides that the best place to check first would be the chief historian's office. Upon pouring into the office, everyone confirms that the chief historian is indeed nowhere to be found. Instead, the elves discover an assortment of notes and lists of historically significant locations. These seem to be the planning the chief historian was doing before he left. Perhaps these notes can be used to determine which locations to search. Throughout the chief's office, the historically significant locations are listed not by name, but by a unique number called the location ID. To make sure they don't miss anything, the historians split into 2 groups, each searching the office and trying to create their own complete list of location IDs. There's just one problem. By holding the 2 lists up side by side, your puzzle input, it quickly becomes clear that the lists aren't very similar. Maybe you can help the historians reconcile their lists. Now, see, this is already pretty funny because I would say working with some IDs and reconciling sources and lists, this is like a very typical task in the world of finance. So yeah, pretty good start, I would say. So they always provide you with an example, a short example, which you can use for testing, which is always really useful. And then the input puzzle, just to give you a feeling, it will be a big, large data set. So you can't just figure it out without any sort of programmatic solution. So we'll use this later, but we'll get there later. So first, let's check out the example. So we have 2 lists basically, and they don't match. Maybe the lists are only off by a small amount. To find out, pair up the numbers and measure how far apart they are. Pair up the smallest number in the left list with the smallest number in the right list, then the second smallest left number with the second smallest right number, and so on. So it's a sorting problem as well. Within each pair, figure out how far apart the 2 numbers are. You'll need to add up all those distances. Okay, so step 1, I'll just write this down quickly. Step 1, left list and right list are inputs. Match the smallest number in the left list with smallest in right list. And so on. And the next one will be that we need to measure how far apart they are. Measure distance between the matched points. Within each pair, figure out how far apart the two. You'll need to add up all those distances and then return the sum of all distances. For example, if you pair up a 3 from the left list, so this is from the example, with a 7 from the right list, the distance apart is 4. If you pair up a 9 with a 3, the distance apart is 6. In the example list above, the pairs and distances would be as follows. The smallest number in the left list is 1, and the smallest number in the right list is 3. So 1 and 3, look, they already matched here, so that's good. So a distance of 2, and so on. I think now it's pretty clear. And then you just have to calculate the total distance. And this will be the answer of the puzzle. Okay. So let's just create a day1.txt file for the data. I will copy paste all the data into that file. And I'm using my cursor IDE, which of course is like AI enabled. And I'm doing this on purpose because this is how I code every day and how I use my coding environment. So I don't know, it's just not worth learning syntax which adds no value to the problem itself. So I'll just use it also to showcase how powerful it is. And yeah, it's pretty good. Path to lists. I'll just get the relative path so we know where the data is. So here's the data. We'll need to switch this because we're on a Windows machine. And then it will already, this is a good example. It will show you how to read the content of the file. And to be honest, it's not high value to know how this works. So I'll just do it like this. And this is just infrastructure code which you need for your problem to be solved. And I don't need to know all of this by heart and just learn this. It works this way as well. So this, I think, hasn't worked, as you can see. I just printed the left list and the right list. Let's see what happened. I'll go to the top. So it used the left list is actually, this doesn't work. So how I would now do it is I would tell the machine, hey, my data looks like this. The left list is supposed to be a list of the numbers on the left side. The right list, the numbers on the right side. And then I'm pretty sure that it will be able to return me this list of items. Let's see what happens. So I'll just accept this solution. Let's check out what happens. And there we go. I think we have a solution. Print left list 6, 1, and then 1, 1. Yeah, this looks good. This looks like we have a... Yeah, and here's the right list, 5, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4. So this should be good. Okay. And why I have a warning here in my UI is because actually I have the type checking on strict mode. So what I would do here is I would actually from typing import list, for example. And then here I would need to indicate that this is a list of ints. and the same applies down here. And now all the warnings are gone because the program was able to check that all the types work, and this is how it should be. Okay. Now next, sort the lists, sort both lists, and calculate the distance between the matched points. So left list dot sort is what we'll do first. Let's see if that, do we have to save this? Actually, I'm not sure. Do we have to save this in a, oh, I don't think we have to actually, yeah. And now I'll just print the left list, and then let's just see what happens. Let's see if this sort function does what I think it does. And this looks promising. We have a lot of 9s in the end and all the 1s in the start. So that's pretty good. So we'll just go with that, I would say. And the right, we do the right list as well. And now let's just check if they are the same length. So we can just iterate over both of them, and then we have no issue with lengths. Let's just check and be sure that both of them are of the same length. And they both have 1,000 items included. So that's very, very, very good. So we now will iterate over each item and simply calculate the difference in the range which we have here. So we need to iterate basically over all 1,000 items. So for I in range length left list, it doesn't matter which list we take because they're of same, they have the same length. Distance, and this is really this is really funny. The cursor IDE already has a very good suggestion actually, because it has used absolute figures in its suggestion here. So we can use absolute figures because we are looking for the absolute distance between those items. And then we just use the list and the index I to fetch the same item in both lists, basically at the same index. So we are indexing on the same item. Okay, and this should, in theory, return the solution, I would say. Return distance. Let's see if this has worked out or not. There we go. This should be the solution. We can also make it a little more clear. So just to make clear what has happened under the hood. And then distance or print, and then we can also just print the operation which we're doing. Let's see what happens here. So yeah, for example, we have two figures here, and then the difference between them would of course be 142. This seems to match. Or here we have a difference of 6, yeah. So this has worked pretty well. That's pretty good. Okay. And once you have a solution like this, you just go back to the website. And then you can submit your answer and see if it's right or not. Hooray! So here we have now completed the first. The first challenge. We received 1 gold star for finding the chief historian. We are not yet there. We haven't found the chief historian because there's always a part 2 of each day. But I'll leave that one open for you to explore, and yeah, enjoy part 2. and all the rest of the days. They are really nice challenges, and they will become increasingly harder over the days, and some of the days are really hard actually. So maybe also check out the solutions of other people, and you'll learn a lot if you go and follow this Advent of Code 2024. Goodbye. Enjoy your Advent.